this child to go into university, he must or she must. Oh my God, because the wings are off. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they will fly. The wings are out. They will fly. They want to. All those things their mother don't allow them to do. Their father didn't allow them to do. They will do it. They want to taste it.
Yeah.
That is where they get into this odd characters, which at the end of the day you'll be thinking, but this man is a pastor, this woman is a pastor. Why are they getting this kind of children? Because they didn't teach them the things they needed to know when they were small.
Okay.
Once you don't get a child before the age of 8,
You've lost that child.
you've lost that child.
That's it. I've not had
You've
it
lost
before.
that child.
Hello, wonderful audience. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, WESANI podcast, where we always talk about real people issues. And today we are going to be talking about a very interesting and captivating topic: parenting in the 21st century. Today, alongside my wonderful co-hosts, Daniel, we have a very wonderful guest in the house.
And my name is Lady Ngozi Yoko. Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to be looking at various issues parents face in the 21st century, and also want to know how parenting gets to affect children in the later stages of their life. So Mama, before we go right into it, want to hear some things from you. Already we found out that you are one of the biggest marriage and relationship and parenting counselor. So, Mama, before we dive into what we have today, already we've known some things about it, but we want our audience to know so much more about you and what you've been able to achieve in this your short period in counseling and mentoring parents and couples.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. This is a wonderful topic that is huge. It's very massive. Yeah, I've been in the system. I'm talking about counseling, parents, beginners, people who are on for marriage course. I'm a Catholic. So we prepare couples before they go into the real thing, before the wedding even. They have to attend what we call marriage course so that
Okay.
we teach them what they need to know going into that institution, because marriage is an institution. People underestimate marriage. They think it's something you just dabble into. But if you do that, the way you dabble into it, that's the way you're going to dabble out of it.
Yeah.
So we teach these new couples what they will see in the marriage. It's a very huge something. And again, we train even parents and then kids as well. I belong to Family and Human Life Group of Assumpta Cathedral Parish in Owerri. So we teach every Sunday. We are on Ozisa. We talk about these things, and then sometimes we open it up. We open the phone lines for people to call us and ask us questions. We've been getting a very serious attention of many homes, and they are all learning from it. We are so happy because we need to begin these things to know, because our children these days, we don't know God. We're asking God. But if you look at it, it's not actually the children, it's from the home,
Wow.
it's from the parents. It's from the parents.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. You mean what you are saying in essence is, if we see a child who is misbehaving in society, then definitely the fault is from the parents. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
100%.
No, not 100%.
Okay.
The huge sum of it is from the parents.
Okay.
It's from the home where the child is coming from. And that is the reason why each time a boy or a man comes to me that he wants to get married, I say, check out the parents of the person you want to marry.
Okay.
Check out the mother, specifically the mother.
Okay.
Because kids are very close to their moms.
Okay.
So if that child have a God-fearing mom, you can't get it wrong. The rest is the one she learned from outside, and that one you can remove it from her, you can take it away from her. But the one flowing in the vein, which she got from the mother, you cannot erase that one.
Okay, Mas, I want to say this. You talked about talking to couples, okay, beginners, even before they get married. Is it possible to have a good couple who are bad parents?
Good couple who are bad parents.
Like the husband and wife, they have a very wonderful marriage. They love themselves. They are living well, but they do very poorly when it comes to the job of parenting.
Oh yes, yes, it can happen, but on some very rare cases, if the couple are good, if the couple is good, and then their children is not good, there must be something wrong.
Okay.
Sometimes we say when we train, they go to school and they get retrained.
Okay.
Peer pressure, peer group, and all of that. And then social media these days is a problem. The good, the bad, and the ugly is there.
Yes.
So the child chooses which way to go, whether the ugly, whether the good, whether the bad. But a child who have good parents
Okay.
will always think, what will my mother say if I get caught in this thing?
Okay.
What will my mother say if she hears that the police arrested me?
Okay.
What will my mother say? How will she feel? That child will live longer.
Okay. So you've already said a whole lot, and man, I can't wait to get so much more from, because personally I'm learning. I don't know for you, but
Yeah, sure,
I'm picking up things.
So everybody's learning, including myself.
So we've had instances where children come up from very religious homes. Okay, possibly their dad is a pastor, the mom is the pastor's wife, who is also Pastor Mrs. Now, but those children tend to always, turn out to be, I don't really want to say, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but the parents do all they should do and all those. So, in that scenario, do you think the parents didn't do well, or that the children outrightly decided to be something else?
The parents didn't do well. They locked these children up because of their kind of religion. They don't want them to explore. They don't want them to go out and meet.
Sorry, by explore, what do you mean by explore?
Exploration. Go out and meet your friends. See what they are doing.
But won't those friends...
No. Once they are from good homes, once the couple is good, the dad is good, the mom is good, these children are supposed to be good. Suppose import to be good.
Okay.
But some things that these parents do, these parents who call themselves, who are into so much religiosity and all of that, there are sometimes these kids, their friends are having parties, and you don't want them to go to that party because you're thinking they will get corrupted. There are sometimes the school is doing an excursion or they are going for something, and you don't want them to go because you are afraid.
True.
Tomorrow, when you leave this child to go into university, he must or she must. Oh my God, because the wings are off.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they will fly. The wings are out. They will fly. They want to. All those things their mother did not allow them to do. Their father didn't allow them to do. They will do it. They want to taste it.
Yeah.
That is where they get into these odd characters, which at the end of the day you'll be thinking, but this man is a pastor, this woman is a pastor. Why are they getting this kind of children? Because they didn't teach them the things they needed to know when they were small.
Okay.
Once you don't get a child before the age of 8,
You've lost that child.
you've lost that child.
That's it now.
I've not had
You've
this
lost
before.
that child.
Once you miss at the age of 8.
At the age of 8, mold that child before the age of 8. Because by 8, 9 is going into the secondary school. From there, the child is off your hook.
Wow.
Somehow, I'm going to say this is a personal thing. Prior to secondary school, I used to think how women get pregnant just by lying down on the same bed.
That is even where I want to comment. Parenting, most parents tell lies to children. I don't think there will be a place where lie will travel over truth.
Okay.
When growing up, we are told that if you touch a woman, she will get pregnant.
That is the problem.
And when you do the first touching, nothing happens.
You don't find out.
That is the problem.
Yes.
They don't open up to these children. What is touching? It's just like somebody told the daughter, don't let a man see your pants.
Okay.
If a man sees your pants, you are pregnant. So the child started climbing a tree and remembered that thing, and she came down, removed her pants, and climbed the tree.
Oh.
And everybody was watching. And to her, she did what the mother told her to do.
Yeah.
So it's not about sex education. You need to tell the child, this is this, this is that. This is what you do, and you get pregnant. This is how you're going to mix up.
I think,
do you understand? You need to open up. After the age of 8, when the child is going into the secondary school, especially the boarders, the people going into the hostel, you need to, sometimes my own children, I'll even put pad, even when they've not started seeing anything.
Okay.
I'll put pad into their box. Because it can come by the age of 9, it can come by the age of, depending on the body metabolism.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to tell the child, look, when you see this kind of thing, this is what you do. You even practice it before her and show her what to do. And when she sees it, it's not, some will see it in the school and they start crying. Auntie, I'm bleeding. Because they were not taught.
They don't know what it is.
Why would you allow your child to get into that kind of mess? You know, it's a sacred thing. So that when a child sees it, she already knows what to do.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's true.
When a guy sees, like, let me,
The wet dreams.
you know, wet dreams, he will know what to do.
How did I know what wet dream was? I know I had to ask one of my other brothers. I told him that there are some mornings I wake up and my boss has some part of it is very strong. So what is the reason? He began to laugh. He said, so you don't know what was. I said, I don't know.
How will you know?
It's okay. So this is what it is.
Exactly.
So somehow I think, I don't know for our generation Y, we weren't taught so much of this sex education. We weren't giving it so much. Okay, the way we are talking about it now. I know then the word sex was very sacred, and you dare not mention it. I think to a great extent, people don't want to go into it. Even when people come for seminars and all those things in the church, they deliberately avoid.
They avoid it.
Yeah, some of those things.
That's why we are having issues now.
So it happens. So are you trying to say that parents should do more of that?
Exactly. Parents should not mince words in teaching their children. Do not do this, do not do that. Do this one, don't do this one. A man has this. Different from you, a woman have this. When you come in contact with that from a man, this is what you're going to have at the end of the day.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So you need to open up, because these days children are no longer the old ones.
Okay.
If you don't teach them, they will see it in the
They will
social
still know.
media. They will watch it. You don't know what they're watching when you go out of the house. These days of DSTV and all of that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They have several channels. You can, even when you try to knock out those channels you don't want them to watch. There are
always
films.
a way.
Yes.
There are films. Even in Nollywood, there are films where they hug, they kiss, they do these things and all of that. So you must have to teach them. You must have to let them be aware. In case when they see this, it's no longer new to them. They will tell you, oh, I know it already. My mom taught me. Do you understand?
That's true.
You don't have to mince word about it. You don't have to. There's no corner way you want to teach a child that. Go straight to the point and tell the child this is what it is.
Wow. Different to what Mama has said, beyond this sex education that parents give to kids or to their children, I also feel there's a place of showing your child what to do. You can't tell a child, don't tell lies. And on phone, you are conversing with someone and telling lies.
I'm not
You
there
understand?
when you are there.
Yes. You can't, most of the things we pick up, like a trend is hooked and joined together. Most of the things we become is what we see our parents do. And children, they learn faster by seeing, not just what you tell them. You get the point?
Yeah.
So I think this also plays a role. You can't be dating and you are telling your child be neat. You can't, as a wife or as a woman, you speak ill of your husband, and you want your child to have respect and regard for the father.
Absolutely right.
You can't spend carelessly, or maybe you don't have a way of budgeting. Your children see you spending extravagantly, you don't have budget, and you want them to manage funds. It doesn't happen. So these are things too that contribute.
Okay. While I agree with that, okay, but there is the issue of I don't want us to turn blind eyes to this point. We've all experienced children doing things that are contrary to what their parents do. I'm not even talking about the preaching outside. I'm talking about how they live. You know, we've all experienced that. We've all seen it. Okay, take for instance, you get to see siblings, and then one or two are totally different, maybe very horrible and bad. Okay, they all came from the same home. So what exactly happened? What do you think is the cause of that occurrence? 4 children, one turned into something else, while the other 3 are still good. They all watched their parents, they all grew up in the same home. So what exactly caused that? Because I think that's a very big challenge. If you know, the thing is, in life, 1 plus 1 does not always give 2. Okay, so there are points where people think they've done this, they've done that, they've done that. You know, if you have parents feel frustrated. So what exactly do you think is the reason for that?
Okay, thank you so much. You know, Englishman also recognizes that, and that's why they said the black sheep in the family.
Yes, exactly. That's the
There's
right
always
word for it.
a black sheep in the family.
Okay.
You can, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you can't get
Yes.
all of them.
You can't,
right.
most
You
most
can't
of
get
the
them
things
all
we
of
pick up.
some cases you get them. You know, there must be set rules in the homes.
Yes.
There must be set rules. There must be a reward system
Okay.
in the home.
Reward system.
Reward system in the home. So when there are these set rules, this is what this home is known for. You don't lie. If you lie, you go to hell. You don't cheat. You don't steal. You don't do this. You don't do that. If you do well in your studies, I give you this. If you do, you understand?
Yes.
And you must make sure that these promises are met.
Yeah.
Don't just say them because you want to say them. You want to say them. Make sure those promises are met. When you don't reward good character, the rest will say, "Oh,
There's nothing
I
special
mean,
about it.
It's true.
what do I stand
There's
to
no
get?"
motivation.
There's no motivation. So you reward good characters. When a child does well, reward that child. The other one will strive also to want to do well tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
True.
But at the end of the day, I tell parents, I say that is where prayer comes in. That is where
Wow.
prayer.
Wow.
It must be a home known with prayers. Because whatever you do at the end of the day, God has his own say.
Yeah.
He has the final say. Always put these children, make sure these children are, taken to the path of prayers. Let them know the benefits of prayers, of praying. Teach them how to pray. When they are going this other side, let them pray, they will come this way. When they're doing this, God, tell them the need for God to be in their life. When there is God in their life, this black sheep of a thing will not come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will not come in.
So the solution to black sheep
It's
is God.
prayer,
It's
God.
Wow.
Yes.
Reference to God.
But let's look at it this way. How do the black sheep come out, or how do we get a black sheep amongst white sheep? That is the area I want us to look at it, because I know even if you have twins, same
Yes.
family, same environment,
The behavioral pattern
one
is
of the
different.
things that will bring in that black sheep is who and where they are exposed to, their friends. As a person or as an individual, growing up, there were friends my parents were able to tell me, okay, I don't like your association with this person. For me, I felt you are hindering my freedom. They don't seem what is it called, evil or harmful. But you know, our parents may have noticed one or two this thing character that they exhibit, and they see that such is contrary to the values they instill in you.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
These are things. So I had a friend that time that would always tell me Channel E by so time. There's this kind of thing they play. Go and check it. You know, he was becoming a negative influence.
Yes.
And one of the days when my parents went into sleep, I go watch Channel E by that time, and that was my first exposure to pornography.
Imagine.
Wow.
If not for the way God helped me, I had to retrace, because I grew up in a home where even as an adult,
Is it taboo?
movie is playing, and all those
sex
sexing
or
and
romance,
kissing and romance, we remove our face. If it becomes too much, all of us
We
will
leave
walk
the
out
parlor.
from the parlor.
Yeah.
That is the way I was trained.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That was our training. They don't need to tell you, "Hey, remove your face."
No, but in my house, there are films they will bring. You know, before they bring it out, they will say 16.
Yes. The
Okay.
rated.
Some they will say, do you understand?
Rated 16.
It's rated.
But
So-
now, Mama,
so-
they don't do those things.
No,
So they
do.
still do it. I
They
think they
do.
still do it.
Some cartoons will tell you 16, and you see cartoon love films, but it's not all those rules that they outrightly follow.
Well, I think
They
you
do.
maybe
Even
they
music
rate the
videos.
movies, but I think the issue will be with the viewers because the fact that they rated it, they can't stop you, they can't block your eyes.
No,
from
if
watching.
they are rated, like in my house, once it's coming
instill,
out and it's 16,
everybody less than 16.
they will quietly move out.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
somebody's
don't talk to
enforcing
them.
it.
Yes.
I think that's the confusion. I think that's the misunderstanding. They rate it, okay, but it's left for you,
It's left for the parents, the
for the
family,
parent to enforce.
to enforce it.
Yes.
Once it's 16, I have people who are not up to 16, and they'll quietly leave the place.
Yes.
You don't go, no, you don't wait for anybody to tell you,
tell
because
you.
for me to tell you, I'm going to give you a conch or I flog you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So to bring you back to your senses,
I know.
you know. So
That point you made, I really love that point. Okay, I really love that God, bringing God. I think God should be at the center
Of
because
every home, yeah.
personally too, I know when we went into secondary school, I know there was a point then when that was my SS3, and then I had good friends, I had some bad friends. I know somehow I was in the midst of guys and talked about going to Ashawo house. Okay, so but it was in me that no, I don't belong to such a place. I was very comfortable with them, but immediately that topic came up, something was triggered inside of me.
exactly.
So for me, I was cool with doing other bad things they do, like maybe breaking bounds, maybe doing some form of bullying and extortion. Those things were so much of a big deal. But when that one came, it was a huge sin. So there was something in me that told me that this is a no-go area.
Say no, for you.
I would have done it. My parents wouldn't have known. Okay, I think the reason I'm saying this is the issue of maybe what my parents would say. There are lots of things that we can do our parents will never know. But then I felt like God will always know, and this is so horrible. So when it comes to the issue of maybe sex or all those things, it was a no for me because I believe I was going to be sinning 100% against God, and that God will be so angry with me. So I believe, like the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go.
But the way it should
Yes,
go.
and when
He grows, he will not
he will not
depart from
depart.
it.
So I think, and then that's another issue that we'll have to bring up now. Parents nowadays, I think they are less committed to the things of
yes,
God.
that's the word.
So what do you have to say about that? I genuinely believe that there is a generation gap because women your age and your generation, I totally believe that are different from the women we have now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell you because I am well exposed.
Yeah.
Having been in the bank all my life, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of, a whole lot of things, a whole lot of terrible characters in married women.
Wow.
Married women. I was working in Port Harcourt where these young guys who just got married are doing 2 weeks in and 2 weeks out of the rig.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And then when they are 2 weeks inside the rig, you see their wives with bomb shots and going for a party that will last till morning.
Wow.
And you see them chatting it and talking about it as if nothing happens. And the 2 weeks in when their husband is back, they are like,
Holy Mary.
do you understand? And I can tell you that this couple are already making babies.
Car. What
They're
type
already
of what type
making
of
babies.
daughters will
So
those women
what type
raise?
of home are they building?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we see these days is quite different from what we used to know. These women these days are no longer interested in the things of God. Even when they do, they pay lip service to it.
Wow.
They don't act it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Whereas in our days, oh my God, who are you? You are out from your home beyond 6 p.m. You are following a group your mom said don't follow, because your mom would dictate to you the kind of friends you will have. Because once they visit you, my mom will ask them, who is your mother? Who is your father? Where do you stay? There is even an environment where you mention you are staying. My mom will say,
Red flag.
no more.
It's true. It's
Because
true.
that must be a horrible environment.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then who is your mother? What church do you people go to?
Do you attend? Yes.
Do you understand? My mom will tactfully go into the Bible without you knowing it. By the time you know it, you have nothing to say then. You are not my daughter's friend. But she won't tell you there. Not to, make a mess of the child's emotions. Once you leave, my mom will call you. What are you doing with that girl? No, I said, no. You must tell me, what are you learning from her? And what is she learning from you? I need to know. Otherwise, we'll forget about her. I don't want to see her with you again. Do you understand?
Women then, I always argue this thing. Women then, like from your age and back then, had this intuition. Like he mentioned, they can see through friends. Yes. But it doesn't happen now. I can remember my mom too. My mom, even with her, sometimes having these deep conversations, can just meet a friend and say, I don't like this person.
Without
even any reason.
Yes.
She will say, I don't like this person.
Yes, exactly.
And then that person turns out to be bad influence. Okay, so, but it's no longer existent now. Because
women these days are no longer committed to the homes. They are no longer committed to building the homes, the good homes which God has taught us. It's a very terrible thing. It's the decadence in the society is from the homes. Somebody will tell you that Hope Uzodinma is not doing well. Buhari is not doing well. That's your nuclear home. What have you done to put everybody together?
Wow.
What have you done? Because these characters are coming out from homes.
And the family is the basic unit of the society.
Yes.
I mean, that is where everything starts. If you get your children well, if they fear God, they won't come and carry ballot box. They will not.
Wow.
They will not.
Yes.
So when these men who are sending them to go and they will walk away. One day they won't see anybody to go and carry ballot box for them. And these things will be fizzling out gradually.
Yes, true. It's true.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So our women these days are no longer committed to building homes, good homes. And that is why you could just see a girl. What do? You say, I'm hustling. What are you?
What's your hustle? Hustle will not get name.
Go around Concord in the evening. Oh my goodness, you weep. And I pity young men like you who are not yet married.
We are endangered species.
God will save us.
Do you understand? But there are still good ones.
Yes.
There are still good ones from homes.
That's the one we'll find.
There are still good ones. But it has to be with prayers.
Yes.
Okay.
God will deliver them to you and deliver you to them.
Amen.
God has a way of doing his things.
Amen.
So the onus is on you. You have been molded. Come out. Go with friends you will learn something from. I have friends that are 60 years and above. Because I want to learn something good from them. I rarely have friends my age.
Wow.
Because first of all, I will ask myself, what am I gaining from this? What is on the table for me here?
Yes.
And if what is there for me is to go and drink beer, go and gossip,
waste your time,
waste my precious time, you won't see me tomorrow. You won't even come to my house because you call and I will tell you. That's where some necessary lies comes in. I'm not there.
Necessary lies.
Then there are some necessary lies.
So, Mama,
I'm not there.
this point you brought up about ladies on the road, I think is going to, I want us to now look deeper into it. We have a menace in the society, fraud and like cyber fraud and love scam and all those things is becoming the end thing.
And it's becoming a norm.
It's becoming a norm. So I have issues, and I think the issues come from different places.
I don't want you to finish. Let me tell you something. I don't want you to finish.
Okay.
Our society, what they care about, the deepness of your pocket.
Yeah. Okay. It's all about money.
It's all about money. They don't care how you
Money-driven
make the money.
society, right?
Yes, it's money driven. And that is a terrible thing. That is why the fraud. Everybody, every small boy now is a Yahoo boy. They want to make money at all costs. And that it goes again to the parents. A child will come home with a car. You are happy, you are celebrating.
Without asking questions.
Without asking questions.
Yes.
Where did you get this one from?
I know the very first time I bought myself a phone, because my parents, they say they won't buy you phone till you get to SS3.
Yes.
I bought for myself. It was a problem.
I wore somebody's slippers.
It was a problem then.
My slippers got caught on the road and my friend gave me her slippers. And I came home, my mom was like, who owns these slippers? I didn't buy this. Where did you get it from?
Wow.
I said, it belongs to my friend, my own. Oh, yeah, go and give it back to her immediately. Return it.
It's true.
Go on
I experienced such kind of training.
Now, do you know that a child in secondary school will go to secondary school in the boarding house, steal from the other children and go home? And the mother will not ask, how did you get this?
So I think this thing now calls for parents are not sensitive. That attention
They're
is no longer there.
to building good homes. They don't care. What
Well,
they care, what is in vogue for the parents now is
it's just the money.
Fashion. How do I look good? How do I wear this? And how do I wear that? And that, I mean, oh God, let's not go there.
But I think the church too, because thank God you're also in the church and you are one of the leading diocesan counselors. Okay, I think the church is not also doing well in this regard.
How?
The church recognizes the rich. Now, when you come to the church, special seats are reserved for the rich. And then you see people making donations. You see these same politicians that we complain that they have looted us dry, they have looted our commonwealth. You see them come to church. Okay, like for instance,
and occupy the front seat.
And even to go for Thanksgiving. And the man of God prays for them.
That one is late to some of them handle mic
to even address people. So okay, like I saw a particular governor-elect going for Thanksgiving in a state where people believe that the election was not free and fair. It was rigged heavily. In fact, the state is making news. It's making headline. Now, I saw the governor-elect going for Thanksgiving, and I was asking myself, what are we getting to? Which point do we get to then that the priest will realize that everything is not all about money? In the Bible, David wanted to build a temple for God. God said, don't build me a temple. You have fought so many wars, your hands are filled with blood. Somebody after you will build me the temple. That's to show you that God is not just interested in what we give.
Yes.
He's interested in the heart and the person after it. But
the
church now no longer cares. So if the church no longer cares, and the church should be the standard for righteousness, I think the parents, some to a great extent, it's not just their problem again.
Let me tell you this one now. Talking about churches, yes. But in my own church, where I am,
Okay.
It's not obtainable, those things.
Wow.
They don't care who you are. You can imagine where a sitting governor came to church late.
Okay.
He was walking into the church and my archbishop said, no,
Wow.
find him seats elsewhere. If you must come here, this
come
is
on
my
time.
own government house. You must
Wow.
abide by the rules.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
It happens in Assumpta Cathedral Church. You must be, if you're a governor, sitting governor or whatever, you must have to come to church late for you to occupy that front seat you want to go and sit.
Okay.
And we won't give you microphone to talk, except the archbishop or the priest, knows what you want to say and is something that we can allow you to say. You don't come there to campaign. You don't come there to tell. We already know. If you do it for your brother, he knows where your wounds are already.
Yes.
So you can't come to church to come and preach or to tell us that everything is well when we know that nothing is well. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I know that some Pentecostal churches, they do these things. If you build a church, they don't care where you're getting the money from. Some, there are some very good ones.
Yeah.
You don't also do that. Do you understand?
Okay.
They want to know where you're making this money from. They want to know what you're doing. I have a friend. We are in this family and life thing, this counseling thing. One day I asked her, because if you say meeting 9 o'clock, she'll be there. If you say 8 o'clock, she'll be there. I was wondering, how does she feed? And because of my training, I sat her down one day. I said, what do you do for a living? And she told me what she does for a living. Perfect. I said, oh my God, and you're not talking to people. You're making your money quietly. Do you understand? I was happy for her. Some people will not ask. She wears the best clothes. The best shoes, and she's doing a seriously legitimate business, quietly, remotely, So when we begin to ask people what they do for a living, we'll start getting it right. Yes. The decadence in the society is too much, way too much. We encourage these things, directly or indirectly. Yeah. When a child will come in, a young boy, I still call them boy, below 25, 20, 21, 22, 23, they come in with vehicle, a car. Mommy will not say, boy, come, where did you get this?
Yeah.
Hey, you understand? Yes. Daddy will not, do you know what I'm saying? Yes. So that's a very terrible thing in our society now.
It's horrible.
The girls will come, okay, take for example now, what's her name? Bassi. She has just made a Guinness Book of Record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at her pictures, what she was wearing. I was not impressed.
And
I was not impressed.
Yeah.
I said, what are we selling here?
Is it a food or?
I don't understand. To me, I'm not impressed, but people are impressed. People are rejoicing.
She has become a role model.
She has become a role model.
Yes.
And you will see these girls now, they will go and be wearing what they saw she was wearing. Do you get what I'm saying?
You no longer ask questions.
Nobody asks questions.
It's true.
And you know the bad thing now, if you talk about what you just said, that some people will misinterpret it as being a hater or something.
Are you telling me? That they will say it. I'm already telling people, and I know the reactions I'm getting.
There was a particular guy then that bought a car. And then I said, guy, what do you actually do? And let's say, jealousy. When he was poor, he didn't want to know. I know those things, but I had to not keep it to myself. So once you open your mouth to ask those questions, they will tag you a hater, tag you a jealous person.
I don't care, my dear. I don't care. At this my age now, I don't even care what you think about me or what you think about what I say. I must have to voice it out.
Yes. People
were rejoicing. Last night I took my time. I was watching all her pictures. I said, oh my God, what are we selling here? What are we teaching our young ones?
It's true.
Do you understand what I'm saying? For me, I will not encourage my brother to go for her. I will not.
Okay.
Because I don't know what she will come to teach the children that God will bless her with. He may teach them to go naked on the road. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, she has done well. I salute her courage by cooking, 27-year-old, doing all the cooking non-stop. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The enormous energy she has exhibited. Yeah. Well and good. But there are other things
that shouldn't be emulated. Especially in the confines of being values like we portray as Christians.
You understand? It's not all about food.
It's true.
It's not all about food.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? So these are the problems we are having in the society, encouraging, terrible ways of life, encouraging what God have not, taught us.
Yeah.
We have the Bible there. If you read the Bible, you will see the way to go and the way not to go.
Yeah.
But we don't care about that Bible now. If you see anybody reading Bible, Oko person is an old person. What is she teaching us? You can still look good. I'm not doing badly. I'm not looking bad. I have to cover my body.
Yes.
It's a sacred place.
Yes.
Do you understand?
We live at a time where women show their cleavages.
Give men.
In church now, you really focus.
Give men an assignment. Let them be thinking what is
like
inside
it's horrible.
this thing. Don't show them. It's no longer. I mean, if you have showed them, do you want them to go? They have seen it all.
I think the worst part of it is what we now see in church. In church now, you see cleavages everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
I serve in the technical unit in my church and I handle the camera.
Okay.
And most times now you struggle to find very good shots because when you focus within that frame,
perimeter,
you will see cleavage shining,
oh my God.
smiling at you.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so it's a problem now.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. And then I think one other thing you pointed, you talked about parents asking questions, and initially we've talked about parents being examples. So if I'm to put these two things together, parents asking questions and being examples, I think parents should first of all show their children how to make
leadership by
legitimate
example.
income. Okay.
Leadership by example.
Exactly. If the
Leadership
parents
by
are
example.
making money, you talk that you've been in the bank, you rose to the rank of bank manager. Your children saw you grow. They saw you, achieve big things. They know that yes, they can do it themselves.
Yes.
That's a very big lesson already. Okay. I like the say I should speak other than words. I know in my family, growing up, I knew my dad's source of income. I knew my mom's source of income, and to some extent, I can estimate what their take home is like.
Exactly.
Okay, so it even made us become more open. Okay, so
Exactly.
amongst in our family now, my siblings and I, my parents know what each and every one of us do, and our spouses too.
Exactly.
They know exactly what they do. They know where we stay. They know the rank. They know the promotion. They know exactly the good because they first of all showed us that sincerity and openness. So we learn from them that no, you have to make this money legitimately. Okay, so I believe if you put these two pieces together, if the parents are open and are honest and are living by example, it will greatly affect the children, thereby reducing the menace in the society. Okay, so one other thing I want to ask is like this issue of dressing. Okay, if you talk to your child says no, what are you going to do about it? And then I want us to also look at the relationship aspect. At what age do you think young people are ready to, get into relationships? Yes. At what?
Should they be age bound?
Should they be age or what?
It shouldn't really be age bound.
Okay, so who will meet you now and talk about relationship and you tell the person to go and sit down, and who will meet you and now you entertain the conversation?
Yes, what we emulate from the Western world is almost the ones that we think it suits us.
Okay.
In Western world, by the age 18, a child is ready to go out. Is ready to explore. Is ready to go into relationships. But I can tell you here, in our society, if a child is not up to 20, he won't be able to know his left and right. I can tell you, my mother told us, we have 4 girls in the home. My mother said, if you're not up to 25, you won't marry.
Wow.
Because she had an ugly experience, having married at the age of less than 20.
Okay.
Most things for her was very difficult for her to cope. But she feels when you're 25, you've graduated. If you wanted to do your master's, you've done your master's. You are now, you are there.
Yeah.
You can tell him, you can stand up to a man and tell him, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. You can be bold enough to talk.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And so to me, if a child is less than 20, he shouldn't go for any relationship.
Wow.
If a child is less than 20, even at 20, I'm trying to be modest. I'm trying to be a conservative. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because here, our growth is different from others of them up there.
the exposure and the
The
experience
exposure is
also
different. The experience, they have everything at their beck and call. The government subsidizes whatever they do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Here is Ikeketoriye. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if a child is less than 20, why are you going into a relationship? For what? To go and do what? Do you understand?
Yes.
And that is when you will sit her down again. You've been sitting her down talking, but this time around needs you have a meeting with her. When you look at your girl, you could see, you will know as a parent who has been there before her. You could see she has started dating, she has started having. Just call her, sit her down, my dear.
That's at the age of 20.
Yes.
Or after. What if she
Yes.
started by 17, 16?
No. It's a no.
What will you do to her?
It's a no. I will find out and I will punish her accordingly. There are things she likes, I will deny her those things.
Okay.
Wow.
And I will go to the extent of finding out who that guy is. I will
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to the parents. Oh yes. I
You
will
go that far?
Oh, I will go that far.
To save your daughter.
What do you want to do? Are you crowd snatching? You want to crowd snatch?
Wow.
That is not the best. Allow them to grow. So that will have to bring the boy home. Let me know the boy. I will be able to know what kind of home
It's fun.
is this boy coming from. What is their rules? Who is the mother? What do they do? Do you understand? So she doesn't because of infatuation, because at that point they don't even know what is love. It is infatuation. They are fantasizing. So you'll be able to cope certain things from both of them. Find out, do sex education again for both. You understand?
Okay.
So that's what we need to do there.
You talked about, I raised the point of if your child was doing it, or you said you know, discipline her.
Yes.
So I want to go into discipline. You say you deny her things. Is that the best form of discipline? Deny her things.
It's not the best.
What about flogging? What about some
No.
punishments?
I do not flog. For me, some parents do. I don't like flogging. Maybe because of my exposure to the Western world, because I do travel a lot.
Okay.
But I have seen that in the Western world, if a child does what you don't want him or her to do, take the child and lock in a dark room, no light.
Wow.
If he or she gets out from that dark room after 1 hour, she won't want to do that thing again.
Will you work here?
It won't work here, that's what I'm saying. But
So you
flogging,
sleep.
you don't flog a child. If you flog a child today,
But the Bible
tomorrow-
said, spare the rod and spoil the child. Many people interpret that as flog your child when.
you can also, they'll still say carrot and stick too. You can still do carrot and stick. That is, you flog and then you bring back. Yes, that one is okay. When you flog a child, don't overflog. Yes.
When
you
Or
flog a
after.
child,
What if she
no, let
started
that
by
child know
17,
why you are
No,
flogging him
I
or her.
What will you do to her?
And at the end of the day, you cancel her.
Okay.
Say that, my love, you see, this is why I flogged you. Mommy doesn't like flogging. My hand is already paining me, you know, and I'm sure I will go to the parents and look at this. Oh yes.
You go that far?
Oh, I will go that far.
To save your daughter.
What do you want to do? Are you crowd snatching?
No, because they
You want to crowd snatch?
They said this
Wow.
child,
Azoriazo.
Yes.
allow them to
Yeah.
go.
And who did not Zola?
Oh,
It's
my
the
God.
mother, Azoriazo.
No, you know,
They're
once a child,
insulting you.
behaves
bad.
well,
It's the mother.
they say, Omekanna.
Omekanna.
If the child is not doing well, madam, can we spot that
It's
woman?
your child. I don't know. Do you understand?
true. Yes.
So, but I don't believe in flogging. Sit down. What did you do? What did God say about it? When you do this, what did God say? You will tell me, because I have taught you how to read Bible. You will tell me that God, I will go to hellfire. Okay, do you want to go to hellfire? No. I listened to one woman,
That's what
one
we need to do there.
80-year-old woman one day, and she
You
said,
talked about,
No, Buroku
I
one and
raised the
two
point of
Ojo.
if your child was
She's
doing
not
it, or
afraid
you
of
say
the
you-
hellfire.
you-
That she's
you know,
afraid of the
discipline her.
the
So-
forever and
eternity.
ever, the eternity.
No
That's
end.
what no end. And she analyzed it again by when you put a pot on fire and you want to carry it down with nothing in your hand, you just carry and drop it.
Immediately.
But in hellfire, you carry it and you are holding it.
But
you cannot drop it. So is that the kind of life you want to live?
No.
Definitely no. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Instill these fears into them by using the word of God. They will change.
Okay.
And show them love. Let them know you love them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Very important. Your child, you must know that you love him or her. And she will, in turn, love you. And when she loves you, she won't do those things that will pain you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my mom will. Hey, my mom, maybe if she hears this one, no, I won't join you people. I was in the secondary school where the whole of senior students went out to go and do gap teething, and they will go to one clinic where they gap teeth them. I didn't come with gap teeth. So if I get back home, what will my mother? How do I explain it? Do you understand?
Yeah.
They will go and pierce their ears. They have 3,
All
4,
over.
5 all over. And if I go and do this, how do I explain it to my mother?
Yeah.
And these are indelible things that cannot go away.
Yes.
Do you understand? If it's something that can go away, when you are going home, you close you clean it. But this one will I tell? How do I explain it to my mother? So these are the rules in the house. You have the family values. You have to instill into your children. That is why I'm saying that these things are from homes. If we get the homes right, we'll get the society right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So show love to your child. It's reciprocal.
Yeah.
They will love you back. And they won't do those things you don't like. They will not do it. So that's the area, that's how I discipline them. I sit them down, we talk like friends. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's
We
true.
talk like friends. It's very important. Make sure your children knows that you love them. If they ever feel they lack love,
You lost them.
you
So, just before we end this session, like, I think I was blessed by this session. I learned a whole lot, and I know our audience they learned a whole lot. So, just before we end, we want to give you an opportunity to just say something to them, okay? Encourage them, just maybe 2 or 3 sentences. Give them a word they can meditate over, or something they can, ponder on. Okay, those that are already getting it right, those that are not getting it right. So just say something to them that will round up the show with.
For the families, the women, the ladies in the families, please go back home. Reevaluate your life. Where are you getting it wrong? Where are you getting it right? Build on the right ones.
Yeah.
Encourage your children, love your children. For children, love your parents. Even when you see what they are doing, the wrong ones they are doing, go to your mom, go to your father, your dad. Dad, look at what you did. Is it good? Mom, is this thing good? In a very subtle manner that will not be seen as insult. In a very subtle way. Talk to your mom, talk to your dad. Even give them an example. My friend's mom, look at the kind of clothes she's wearing. She covers her body. Mom, I'm seeing your cleavages. It's not good. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm telling you, that woman must change.
That's true.
Wow.
So it's huge. If we talk about families, it's huge. Maybe
Yes.
some other time we can talk about
Definitely.
I intend to do a book on families.
Wow.
I'll do that.
That's
That's
cool.
wonderful.
Yes.
So definitely we hope to have you again. We are so blessed to have you today. It's a privilege coming to share with us and our audience, and then hopefully we'll get to see you some other time where we'll talk about this, because we can't exhaust this topic.
There was a lot to learn, and I believe our viewers, they may have 1 or 2 things they may have to say. If they have questions, they can as well ask.
Yes.
The comment section is also free to entertain questions,
Yes.
which can help also have another conversation
Session.
like
Yes,
this.
exactly.
Yes, parenting is so vast and cannot be exhausted in a day.
Yes.
And when we get it right in the home, the society becomes a better
Exactly.
place.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I thank you. I thank you guys so much organizing this kind of a thing. Look at how young you are, and you're already thinking in the direction you are thinking. I'm so happy. So we
Thank
still have good
Thank you.
people around us.
Thank you.
I'm encouraged.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, our audience, we've come to the end of today's episode. Please remember to like and share the videos, and then remember to get back to us, share your opinions with us, and get ready for the very next episode. Thank you.